Hello everyone, it is Heath with the Groovy Gold Hunter, and I am the Groovy Gold Hunter. Probably not groovy, but probably need to change my name to Goofy Gold Hunter. Anyway, so this is my first official video that I'm going to put out on my brand new channel, the Groovy Gold Hunter. So since this is my first official video on my brand new channel, I thought I would do something a little bigger than normal that I usually do. I pan pay dirt at home as well as other things. I haven't done them yet, but I'm going to on my new channel. On my first one, I decided I was going to pan not one, not two, but 3 pay dirts from 3 different companies. And I bought 3 of them actually about 3 weeks ago, and they all actually came in just past Wednesday, all at the same time. I got 3 boxes all on the same day, bought them at 3 different times, and they all came in the exact same day. I don't know why it happened, but it did. So since it did, I'm like, you know what, let's have a competition. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Lynch Mining against Crisson Gold Mine against Miners Depot. This is the first time I've ever bought from Miners Depot. I have bought Lynch Mining before, and I've also bought Crisson Gold Mine. I've even been to Crisson Gold Mine before because it's pretty close to my house. They're in the Georgia area, and they used to actually be a gold mine, but they closed it down, but they still sell pay dirt. But what I bought was their $60 15-to-1 gold concentrate straight from their mines, according to them, and we're going to pan that out. Then we have Lynch Mining, which also does their own mining, so it's their gold according to them, and I bought a jar. Now the jar was a little bit more money than Crisson Gold Mine. The Crisson Gold Mine pay dirt was $60. The Lynch Mining pay dirt was $83. Not as much pay dirt, but they actually guarantee a gram of gold in that pay dirt, so we're going to check that one out as well. And then there's the first time I've ever got it was Miners Depot. So apparently they used to be in Arizona, and they moved their operation to Alaska. So I bought their $50 bag of pay dirt. No guarantees, any amount of gold. It just says guaranteed gold. Now that one took a while to get here. It actually took almost longer than 3 weeks, almost a month to get here. So we're going to do all 3 at the same time. Not at the same time, but one at a time. And then we're going to compare and see who wins the battle of those 3, because that's the only 3 I got. Otherwise, you know, I'd be here all day doing it. So we're going to go downstairs to my brand new panning station. I have been cleaning my garage for the past week. I've been trying to make a nice little panning classifying station, and it's not complete, but it's nice enough to where I can actually pan and film and not have 10,000 things in my way when I'm trying to film and pan. So let's go downstairs right now. Here we go. Okay, so here we are. We are in my official pay dirt station down in the garage. So I just put this together. I'll give you a quick view of what I got, including the pay dirt that we will be panning over probably the next 3 days, because I know I'm not going to do this overnight. So let's get started. First, here is my pay dirt station. This is my panning and classification station. All my neat little stickers. My favorite sticker right there, Gold Prospector of America member. Yay me. Anyway, so these are the 3 bags of pay dirt that I will be panning over the next 3 days. Now the first one is the reserve pay dirt by Lynch Mining. Comes in this little jar right here. It is sealed on the top. I broke the seal, opened it up, took a look inside. I'll let you take a look. Oh, there we go. So here's this pay dirt. This is what we'll be panning out tonight. This is the first pay dirt that I will pan out because it's the smallest, the easiest. So that's what we'll be doing tonight. But I wanted to go ahead and show you the other 2 as well. Now the second one, I had to dry. So what I did is I took this, dumped it in a pan, and put it in the oven because it was wet when it was shipped to me. And I don't like classifying wet material, so I dried it out as best that I could. Now it's good and dry, so I can classify. But we'll probably do that next after we do the Lynch Mining. And this is Miners Depot pay dirt. This is the $50 bag that I bought from them. Came with about 2 pounds of pay dirt, so plenty of pay dirt for you to pan through. So I like that. And then finally, numero 3. This is the big dog. This is the gallon, the 15-to-1 concentrate from Crisson Gold Mine. And I also had to put this in the oven and dry it out because it was wet as well. So I got this good and dry so it'll be easy to classify and pan for that gold. But enough with those three. Crisson, Miners Depot. We're starting out with that bad boy right there. So let's get started. We're going to go ahead and classify the Lynch pay dirt now. And my favorite classifiers are right here. If you haven't seen these before, it's one classifier with 4 different screens that I can put into it. So I really enjoy this. We'll go ahead and do this one first. I don't think there's going to be any material that's going to be plus. This is a 1/4 inch. So we'll check it out and see what happens. Let me pan down a little bit so you can see. Alright, so I'm still trying to figure out camera angles and all that kind of stuff. But for this sake, we're going to go ahead and shine a light on this bad boy right here. So here's the pay dirt. We'll see what we got in here. Yeah. As expected, every single bit of it fell right through. So definitely didn't need that classifier at all. So we'll go to the next one, which is my plus and minus 1/8 inch, or my plus 1/8 inch. And I know this is probably going to be just as bad as well. As a matter of fact, I'm wasting time doing this. This is really plus and minus 20 and 40, and that's it. So, but we'll do it just for the sake. And everything fell through. So, guess what we know? Plus 20. Strainer. And what I love about this strainer is, especially when you buy pay dirt, you don't have to worry about getting those big buckets and the big classifiers, which I do have, but I love this because it fits perfectly in these little gallon buckets. And it's just awesome. I love this classifier. And I bought this thing on Amazon. It's not even called a classifier. It's just called a soil separator. So I think it's used for gardens and stuff. But finally, we got to classify some stuff down. Alright, so this right here is my plus 20. Put that in a bowl right here. Now, we're going to go ahead and classify it down one more time to my plus 40. So this will be plus minus 40. Move that out of the way. Here's the rest of it. Get all that dirt in there. Might have to clean that one out. Shaky, shaky. So we'll put this in this little bottle right here. And one thing I do not like about classifiers is the pieces that get stuck in the screens. It drives me crazy. I hate when those things get stuck in the screens. You can't see it, but I can, and it drives me nuts. So I have to sit here and screw with it for a minute to make sure I get all the little pebbles and rocks out so I can have all of my pay dirt. Plus 20. Boom. Minus 20 plus 40. Boom. Minus 40 in the bucket. Can't see it, but it's there. It's the most dirt, and we're going to actually pan that out first because I think we will find our gold in these two. Probably we'll find some there as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so I got my pan right here. Got my big container of water. This is it's just a big container. I bought it at Walmart, $5. Does a great job when you're panning out material. So anyway, I'm going to pour a little bit at a time, not too much. Let's see what's going on here. It's not very dirty. So we'll go ahead and pan this a little bit out just to see what's going on. Let me get that a little bit more stratified. Whew, God, that light glare is hard to see when it reflects off that water. Alright. And what you will learn about me when it comes to pay dirt and panning it is I am a clean freak. I do not like dirty water at all. And usually when I'm panning, if this thing gets so murky that I cannot see the dirt down at the bottom, because I like to look down and see if maybe there's a little piece of gold that started, got away from me and I didn't see it, type of thing. If it's muddy, I usually dump it out and put fresh water in there the second time around. Man, that glare is awful. Let me try to adjust that. There we go. Alright, let's pan this back and see what we got going. I'll let you see it too. Oh, got a little piece of gold. Oh, see, some colors. Look at that. Got a few pieces. Uh-oh, we got floaters. I know I put jet dry in here before I started, so I don't know why it's decided it's going to start floating away. Look at that. You see it gold floating? And I put jet dry in it. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put more jet dry in it because I still got floating gold. That's insane. Alright, pan a little bit more out. Try to get some more dirt out. So I can already tell that this stuff is very, very light gold. Like just very thin, fine flakes. Super thin. For it to float like that coming off when I know I had jet dry in there. See, look, there's this, look, that gold's still floating. I know that's gold too, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just mica and that looks like gold. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but it's near. See, there goes two more floating pieces of gold. It's insane. I mean, that is insane. So I know that's gold. That is some light gold. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but I'll zoom in when I edit. That's insanely light. Look at that. It just takes off. I'm going to go ahead and suck that up before it gets away from me again. I've never seen gold that light that floats off that easily. Alright, so that was my first pan. I'm going to start panning. I'm not going to sit here and yak with you the entire time. So, alright, we're just about done with the second round of the -40. Trying to get it down to the black sands and we'll see what we got. Alright, let's see what we got. Start panning it back. Oh yeah, I see the gold. Can you see the gold? I can see the gold. I see the gold. It's all clumped up on the left hand side of my pan. But here comes those flakes. They're already wanting to take off with the black sand as I'm panning it back. There goes one. Good Lord, man. And the more you see me pan, the more you'll know that I cannot stand sucking up gold with black sand still in it. I try to get as much black sand panned back. Look, there goes two more pieces. See? Floating gold. You see it? Look at that. Two pieces right there floating around. That's insane. Not one. Look at this. This crap is taking off every time I pan it. Ah, that sucks. Alright, so where I said I would never do it, I gotta do it. I mean, you can even see the suds in my pan, and that stuff just takes off. And it comes back pretty quick too. Talking about the gold, the black sands do as well. There goes again, floating around. Jeez Louise, man. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and suck that up. I hate sucking it up with black sands in it as well, but here's that gold. Super light gold. Alright, be right back with round 3. This is my last pan on the -40. This stuff is pretty easy to pan out, so I just dump the rest of it in there because every time I pan it back with the sands, it just takes off with it. So let's see what we got. And obviously when I'm done with this, all of it, as far as the Lynch Mining pay dirt, I will dump this water out, take the pay dirt back out, and repan it again. Usually I'll pan it twice, and if I get any gold the second time around when I pan it, I'll pan it a third time. Normally you have a pretty good idea of how much gold you're going to be getting in your pay dirt anyway, especially if it guarantees you an X amount of gold. More times than not, they're not going to put a lot more than what they say they're guaranteeing. This is my favorite pan. It's got the ripples, the 3 different types. It's got the big ones for the bigger stuff, and then it's got the smaller ones here, and then it's got the smooth edge. And I really like using the smooth edge almost as a finishing when it comes down to the black sand, because what I'll do is I'll pan very little at a time and watch it go down. But what I did is I took some, I think 100 grit sandpaper, and I sandpapered some grooves going across. So anything that's heavy, it'll get stuck in these grooves. They're not super smooth, it's really rough right here. So this is kind of my all-in-one pan. And I really do like it because I have 7 pans and I always pan with this one because it's just my favorite one. I don't know what else to tell you. I like this pan. Alright, let's start bringing it back. I mean, from a visual standpoint on this pay dirt, it looks really good. I mean, if you see all this gold right here already as I'm panning it, it's impressive looking. But man, is it thin. Alright, I'm going to pause because I'm trying to talk to you guys and I just keep watching my gold just take off and float in the water. So I'm going to get a hold of the situation. So I'm finished with the -40 and there's my last batch of gold. So, I mean, it's got a lot of pretty gold that won't even suck in my water bottle. What is going on here? Come on, baby. Suck it up, buttercup. Yeah, I've never had gold float away like that before. Alright, let's get to the other stuff. Which one do you think I should do first? I don't think I'm going to get too much gold in this one. So let's go ahead and start panning this out. So this is my +20. I said that and I just sat there and found I see a piece of gold right there. That is insane. Alright, let's pan it out. I can already see some gold. One piece right there. Nice piece too, it ain't bad. Nice chunk. Can you see it? Alright, round 2 on the +20. Alright, pan this bad boy back, see what we got. Oh man. That's impressive, guys. I don't know if it's super flat like those other ones were, but so yeah, it's probably really flat gold, obviously, because they just keep wanting to take off. So I don't know if you can see that right there, but that's a pretty good amount of gold, dudes. Pretty awesome. I don't know why I just called y'all dudes. Sorry. Alright, did I do all of it? I already see another piece of gold right there. I really didn't think I was going to get this much. For $83, I thought maybe, and it says guaranteed a gram on the description. So I thought, and maybe it is just a gram because like I said, it's super flat stuff. Alright. God, it's so hard to see with that light. I've got to fix that light. Tomorrow I'll have a different light. Alright, let's pan it back. Yeah, man, I mean, that is just every single pan that I've got has just had, you know, good amounts of gold. I mean, not just like 1 or 2 flakes. This one's got, you know, let me count them. Let me get that piece of murk out of the way. Yeah, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 decent sized pieces and then like 2 or 3 little bitty pieces. But I can't wait to weigh that stuff and see what it is, because if it's not more than a gram, then I'm an idiot and don't know what I'm doing. But there's that gold right there, right by my pinky, if you can see it. Suck that bad boy up, and I'll draw all this stuff up and show it to you when I'm done anyway. Alright, so no, we still got one more to go. I'm still on my +20. Alright, last pan. Now I bet this will be the first pan I don't have much of anything, because there wasn't that much left in there. There was very little pay dirt left in that +20, so I wasn't expecting anything anyway. But I still got 2 little pieces. One there and one there. So I'll take that all day and twice on Sunday. We still got some more to go. I still got my minus 20 plus 40. So let's get to it. Most mines do about half and half. There ain't a whole lot in there either. Alright, pan it back. Ain't that crazy? So, nada. First pan that I have done with no gold in it. That's depressing. I'm just going to dump the rest in here and we'll just give it the big grand finale. It's not that much in there anyway, so. Alright, last pan back. There's one. One lonely little flake. Well, at least we got one out of there. There it is right there. There she is, all alone. Alright, so that's it on the Lynch Mining Reserve pay dirt. Ooh, reserve. Now we're going to take it out of the snuffer bottle. We're going to take a look at it. Then we'll weigh it, all that good stuff. Dry it out, weigh it, see what we got. I wanted to show you what I've been griping about. See, this is my light. I have no light up here on my ceiling, and I wanted light so I could see what I'm panning. The problem is that light is so bright that it reflects off. You can see the light in the water, and that thing just keeps reflecting off of the pan when I'm panning it. And every angle I tried to get it at, it just kept blinding me. I could not see the pay dirt. So I gotta fix that. That's killing me. But I wanted to show you the floating gold because it's driving me crazy. And for any of you who debunk gold that floats, look at this. You see it floating? I put that jet dry in this water and it still wants to float around. That is not mica, that is gold. It'll sink and then it'll jump up. This is the gold that we got out of the Lynch pay dirt, and that's pretty good looking gold. That's definitely a gram of gold, maybe more. We're going to weigh it and find out. Enough yakking. Let's dry this up and then we will weigh it to see what we got out of our first little jar of pay dirt. I want to introduce you to my baby girl, Dee Dee. Hey, sweet baby girl, what are you doing? Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. Daddy was just filming a pay dirt review, and I had to get a picture of you, let everybody see who you are. She weighs 4.5 pounds. Okay, so I'm in my kitchen right now because I have to dry out my gold. Normally, I will use a heat gun downstairs in the garage and dry it off in the pan and get all of that moisture off of the gold. But this gold is so light and it's been floating so much that I didn't want to put a heat gun to it because it does blow hot air, and I was afraid it was going to blow pieces of gold up and out. Okay, so this is my gold drying pan, and we don't use this thing for anything else, so I use it to dry my gold. And again, I use it to dry the gold when these little bitty flakes are so light and they've been floating, and I just didn't want to take the chance, so I'm going to dry it this way. You can see the steam coming off right now. But yeah, anyway, let's dry it up and then we'll weigh it in. Alright, let's take a look and see what we got here after it's been dried up. There's my gold. Booyah. And let's weigh it up and see what we got. Zero it out, and away we go. By the way, I have not weighed this. I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess at 1.12 grams. 1.12. There's the gold. There's the weight. 1.028. So yeah, that's what I figured. 1 gram. So I mean, the only thing else we can do, we'll look at the ROI on that, see how much gold value is right now, see how much money we made or didn't make, see what our return is. Okay, so we got 1.028 grams. I always use 24 karat because it is natural placer gold. Gold went up a little bit at 1672.05. It was 1666. 55.26 is the value of this gold. And let's go to the calculator. Paid $83 for it. Okay, so we got 55.26 and paid $83 for it. I'm not going to include shipping because it's shipping. 66.57. So 66.5%. You know, gold mining companies that sell pay dirt should at least be giving out 80 to 90% because they're getting it out of the ground and they're selling it for more than the value of the gold. So I don't like that number with gold mine companies. If it's just a vendor like Clash who buys pay dirt from gold mining vendors and stuff like that and resells it himself as pay dirt, I get it being 50 to 40 to 50%, but come on now, gold mining companies that mine it and take it out of the ground and then resell it and make even more money than they would if they just sold it outright, I don't like that. But, it is what it is, 66.5. We'll go to the next one and see if that's any better or worse, and we'll go from there. So this is the end of part 1. Tune in for part 2, which will be the Miners Depot. Can't wait to do that one. I'll do that one tomorrow. I appreciate everyone who has watched. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the share button, hit the notification button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'm still trying to think of a cool little groovy slogan at the end. Until then, I can find something good. I will just say I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. May there be plenty of gold in your pan. May your pan be full of gold. That's still cheesy. I gotta mold that into something better. But anyway, bye.